Oh, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family, back again with another daily Caspa and crypto live stream. I know, Andy, I'm a minute late. I apologize. Good evening to you too. Welcome everyone to the quick crypto channel and coin factory community. Hope you're all having a very, very good day today. And we have some absolutely bombshell information to cover in today's stream. Thankfully, the markets have been very, very informative, right? While the markets have seemingly been a bit lackluster recently regarding price action, the developments have been accelerating every single day. Every single day, I come onto this stream and talk to all of you wonderful people in the community right now. There's always something new to talk about. It's not me trying to pick stuff out of thin air. There's literally every single day something new to talk about. And in today's stream, we've got zero knowledge, Ethereum virtual machine, ZK-EVM, that is already here. Testnet's coming out in the next 2-3 weeks. We also have confirmation that the stablecoin bill is being rolled out and coming very, very soon in America, which is huge. Remember, Caspa also is mere months away from getting their own stablecoins bridged onto Caspa as well. And a lot of very, very bullish things as well. Some market makers, some wealth managers are predicting a 250k Bitcoin this cycle, while I'm still very conservative and trying to aim 150k Bitcoin. If that is the case, 250k Bitcoin will put Bitcoin in around probably about a 5 trillion market cap, which would be absolutely insane. So by that logic, because Bitcoin takes up 50% of the market cap of crypto, it means that crypto's market cap could be 10 trillion. We'll get to that in a moment, of course, as well. And we also have some other information as well regarding one other project today, which I know people don't like XRP, but it's worth talking about XRP today because they did get some interesting but seemingly very, very bullish confirmation from the SEC themselves, talking about XRP, a proposal for it being a strategic financial asset, a reserve asset for the United States. This is part of the reason why I hold XRP, not because I trust the people behind it, because I've seen and I know people who are in this sort of higher up space in the real world, have some form of connections, and a lot of them are seemingly very, very optimistic for XRP. So I hedge my bets, and maybe that comes to fruition. We'll have to wait and see. But ultimately, of course, this stream, for the most part, right now, because I'm still branching out. I do plan to cover more crypto projects in due time. I'm going to make another video probably on Ondo or HBAR sometime in the next few days or so. But this channel right now is still predominantly Caspa. My Caspa is still going to be my biggest holding, and it's still my biggest conviction. And of course, Caspa, I think it's got a lot of very big things coming in. So as always, if you enjoy these daily streams, leave a like, the deal, share with your friends and family to get them more involved in the channel, the community, and also crypto and Caspa. And of course, subscribe for more if you are new. That being said, welcome back everyone today. Yes, Candy A, good evening to you, my man. Chris W, yo, my brother. Again, hello brother to you too. Devious me, hi all. Kryptoni A, I like this time better, yeah. I do agree as well. I do preferably try to go live at this time every single day, but sometimes I have to push it back half an hour. It fluctuates a little bit, truth be told. Tomorrow is Saturday, and as it stands right now, full disclaimer, it's going to probably be a lot earlier. So it's going to probably, if I'm thinking about it right now, it might be 2 to 3 hours earlier than usual. I'm going to think about that because I have business things to attend to and other stuff, work related to attend to later on in the evening. So I might have to still get your daily content out there, but I have to pull it through earlier at least. But we'll cover that, of course. I'll make an announcement about that in my community. If you're a part of it, you can check it out here. A community where we're just talking about crypto, Caspa, chilling, chatting and learning a lot more. I tend to put announcements on there, especially if I do a massive change in the scheduled time. But yeah, we'll see that in due time. And yeah, I got 14 more Caspa. Keep filling that band, my man. I love to hear it. Keep up the good work. Yeah, good job, definitely, Andy. 4-tier explosive cycles are over. We just experienced fear levels only seen at the bottom of a bear market. I'll add you one better than that. We actually saw fear levels not seen since 2021 COVID, which was the highest we've seen in history. Close to that was FTX. We've seen levels close to that of the COVID pandemic. And, well, hopefully, touch wood, of course, we're still early days. Still a lot more confirmations coming through right now, and I still think there's still potential for more choppy sideways market and potentially more pullbacks. But right now, I would argue that things are looking very, very up for crypto right now. You might have potentially, this could very well be the bottom for Caspa, which I made a video on that, I think, yesterday. I did, yes, yesterday. Last night, just after my stream went live yesterday, talking about the exchange, stuff like that, the Made in America, stuff like that. We've got more information about that as well in the stream. As well as, the fact that this could be the bottom for Caspa right now. And You know, I think it's a possibility. What I'm waiting for, what I'm hoping for, is a number of factors right now when looking at Caspa's price action. Of course, short term, this is short term. Long term doesn't bother me because I think Caspa's going to go up regardless. But in the short term, those who are interested, I think we need to see Caspa hold strong above the level of support here. It's about 7.5 cents. We've seen Caspa struggle to break out on 3 occasions so far here. And now we are seeing once again, it is just broken out, but it needs to be a clean break. I'm talking up to about 7.8, so around here. If we reach that, then that'll be a good sign that Caspa's going to start pushing towards the 9 to 10 cents region again. If TA does play a factor, and I'm talking about this downwards wedge as well, then likelihood is going to probably see Caspa experience quite a lot of resistance around this area here, which is around 8.5 right now, which would make sense. This also being a level of support, as I'm going to draw out. We can see here on numerous occasions it does seem to bounce around here, so we can see Caspa probably struggle to break above around here, more so around here in the next couple of days or so. And if Caspa breaks above this downward slope, this wedge, that could potentially be the indicator that Caspa going to now make a solid push towards 10 cents. If it breaks above 10 cents, then that'll be my confirmation, not financial advice, of course, my confirmation that Caspa is due for a rally to push back and try and regain all-time highs. You'll see 10 BPS coming out, smart contracts imminent. Dyslexia, it's crazy. Stablecoins coming up very, very soon, and equally tier 1s listings. I'm very confident we'll be following in and around that region as well. This could coincide with the halving event becoming pre-relevant and severe. I mean, yeah, I think right now we are in a prime position for the market. Oh, becoming year relevant and severe, not year relevant. Okay, I mean, yeah, I agree. I think, yeah, Caspa is, you know, it's coinciding right now with its halving as well, which Caspa has a halving every year, not 4 like Bitcoin. It's more, you know, aggressive. So maybe we'll see all the stars and constellations line up for Caspa's halving, for, you know, the developments coming out, and that could be the catalyst to see drastic rallies in price. What's up, Lau, my man? Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing very, very well. Yo, and yo to you too, Buffalo Theory. Great to have you back. Good evening, and thanks for the update. I always watch your videos and find it great. I appreciate it very much, Tony, my man. Thank you very much once again for joining the stream, and I'm glad you enjoy the content. And, you know, still be here every single day trying to do what I do. Of course, do my streams, have my free community. I also do have, for those who are somehow not aware by now, I do have this community here. It is a paid community for $49.99 right now. We do plan to increase the price in the future, but as it stands right now, it's the price we have it right now. We also do have a 7-day free trial as well, so you can join, have a little sneak peek behind the curtains of what we do in here, which is, while what I provide, I think I've had feedback already, is very good. What we provide in here is a lot more informative regarding trade alerts, regarding actual insider information as well, like institutional documents that we, you know, scour out for and discover and publish and talk about. Weekly live stream, we'll have another live stream happening tomorrow as well, so if you want to know all about that, you can join for free, have a little sneak peek. 7-day free trial, links down in the description on your homepage here and also in the chat. I mean, you can join for free again. You can have a little sneak peek and just see if it's up to your fancy, but this is, you know, the big stuff that is also helping us devise what other projects we could potentially looking at going into the cycle as well, as the cycle seems to be almost primed for a significant reversal and price explosion. Doing important work, crypto. Hey, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're doing important work. You see crypto's live notification, you're like, oh, never mind, I have to now put him on in the background and listen to him ramble whilst I am concentrating on what's important as well. I'm here for the ride on my mining car. Hey, big up Alco. Welcome to my man, you're doing very, very well. And Stephen King made the live. Let's go. What's good, QC? What's good, Stephen, man? Great to have you back. All of you here today. It's a good day for Caspa right now. We can see Caspa right now is now valued at 7.59 cents. It is, again, just breaking above the level of support here, trying to break above cleanly, which is good to see. Currently up 7.2% on the daily time frame. This is partly because of Bitcoin that is currently up to 84k, up 4%. And I think the reason why Bitcoin's up, we'll get into that more so in a moment, is because the political parties or political members who are, you know, pushing back against the adoption of Bitcoin regarding the reserve asset of Bitcoin in, you know, central banks and whatnot, they're being pushed by the side. They're being pushed aside. We're seeing more acceptance of Bitcoin reserve assets. We're seeing a lot more, and also the stablecoin bill, I think, also the part of that as well. You know, so again, a lot more things to come right now. So if we get into the start of the information and news, we're going to start off here with Caspa, of course, and we'll get into the other news in the crypto space, which actually, while we won't be covering Caspa, it is just as informative and just as bullish for Caspa as well. So make sure you stick around for the whole thing so you're really well informed. What's up, Buffalo 3 again? I'm Goatish, you know it. I hope you're bought during these sales. Don't ask if it's too late when we're back at all-time highs, guys. I mean, yeah, you're completely right, Jeff. You are completely right. End of the day, for me, I personally believe that regardless, I think, truth be told, this whole year is early, quote-unquote early for Caspa. Of course, right now, 5, 6, 7, 8 cents Caspa is extremely undervalued, extremely early, in my belief. Again, not financial advice. But then, going into the later half of the cycle, going for, my future outlook of Caspa in the years to come as the currency for the world, which right now seems to be XRP, but I think Caspa will take that position as the adoption goes more and more. That's my vision for Caspa. So from my understanding, therefore, this whole cycle is actually still early for Caspa. But of course, right now, it's a pipe dream. It's a golden opportunity right now. You can see from this post here that I reposted, I made a comment about from Crypto Reviewing here. It's got 85,000 followers, a generic account of reviewing crypto and whatnot. The co-founder of Crypto Capital AI. You can see here they made a post, a crypto review on Caspa with a 9.6 rating. Narrative is layer 1, $1.4 trillion. Number one crypto community right now. Oh, that's his thing. Even so, that. So you got, ultimately, you can see from this post here, their kind of one-page analysis of Caspa. The risk to reward is very low, which for me is pretty evident, especially because it's down 70% from all-time highs. It's definitely got a low risk to reward. For me, it's got a lot more upside potential from here. And the rating right now is given as 9.6. Everything right now is 10 out of 10 besides the partnerships and utility. And I think, if I'm being blunt, this is quite a fair analysis of Caspa right now. And I made a post about this, but like almost perfect rating for Caspa. Partnerships and utility being the only categories that are not perfect 10 out of 10. But you've got Dagnite coming out later on this year. That will give Caspa 10 out of 10 utility, no doubt about it. Then you've got more adoption that will come through following smart contracts, 10 BPS, stablecoins and whatnot, and Dagnite that will generate more partnerships. Like the KRI will get more involved. KAF will add more partnerships. You've got DWF Labs as well right now. You've got more that will be coming on to KAF as well. And that will also mean more adoption will generate Caspa to also have 10 out of 10 partnerships. So how long will it be till Caspa becomes a, quote, flawless cryptocurrency? Being 10 out of 10 throughout the whole sector. And I don't think it's that far off. I think we could achieve 9.8, 9.9. We can achieve 10 out of 10 for everything besides partnerships this cycle. And partnership will come just as time goes on. But I'm very, very optimistic that Caspa is going to do very, very well. And seemingly, what I love right now, which is a sign that something big is happening right now, I saw a comment about it as well when I was scrolling through Twitter, is that we had Caspa reach all-time highs back in August time, around here, August 1st. And then, everyone right now, everybody, content creators across the board, KOLs, big accounts are always talking about Caspa all the time. Soon we started falling off, and even at the release of KRC20, they didn't get much adoption, not much attention. We've had all of these ups and downs, and no one's mentioned Caspa at all. And now, Caspa's down to between 5 to 7 cents, or 7.5 cents right now. And this is the most in a very long time that I've been seeing accounts that I, have either covered Caspa in the past or never covered before, just constantly posting about Caspa. They're reviewing Caspa. This is one of many we've seen recently being crypto reviewing, and we've seen many, many more, and of course we're going to see many more as well. This is going to help in the retail element of adoption as well, trying to get more FOMO for Caspa. And why wouldn't it? Of course it would, because of what is incoming. So we got this series of posts here. This is ultimately a thread regarding some Caspa community members who are debating about the actual legitness of Caspa having the Made in America tag on CoinGecko and also CoinMarketCap. And if I'm being honest, this is not something that we need to debate or argue about at all. It's not. But, of course, there will be some people who feel the need to or want to, because, again, there's arguments for both, right? Caspa is decentralized, stateless, fair launch. It is not made anywhere. It is for everybody. That is the fact of the matter. But there is an argument to be made that DAG Labs was funded by Polychain Capital, who was founded in, based in California, and majority of the node operators are also based in America. So by that logic, Caspa is American. Now, again, for me, it's not a necessary argument to be made here. That's kind of the back and forth going on here. And some Polinsky replied is just saying, Caspa family needs a cultural reset. Revive the raw hardcore spirit of the early days, reread the Crypto Manifesto, restore our original ancient logo and Spartan first Theosincal, can't even say that, CAF. Ultimately just talking about this old Caspa logo here, trying to say, Caspa needs to go back to the mindset of this is just, is not a made in America element, it's a federal project. And Shai here says, the way I see it, Caspa is a stateless currency. And a stateless currency cannot be, quote, made in America. For me, this was while this caused a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of controversy, if you will, right now in the community. For me, I think it was quite a relatively good decision on Johnny and Wolfie's behalf, just purely to generate more FOMO for Caspa, and also to completely deter and kill the misinformed mindset from people in the community that Caspa is an Israeli coin. It is not. And you now have got the likes of CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko who've acknowledged that much as well, saying it's made in America. Now, those who are already knowledgeable and already have done their research into Caspa know Caspa is not made in America. No, it's also not an Israeli coin. But for me, this is going to help deter the ones who are still stuck on that mindset. And this, if it's being confirmed by these sort of massive websites, you can't still have that mindset. I mean, you can, but then you're a very small minority going against the masses who believe that Caspa is now made in America or no, it's stateless. Point being is, Caspa is decentralized, meaning that everyone can promote it in any way they want to. It's what we're doing right now. And I guess that getting CoinGecko to label Caspa as made in America is fair game. But doing so without the community discretion and explicit support is also kind of spitting in the face of the efforts of those who have tried for years launching Caspa as stateless. So yeah, it's ultimately Shai and other people in the community right now, the higher up, saying, we appreciate you doing it, saying it, but this is also kind of, in a sense, undoing the hard work that people in the community, all of us, not just me, you guys watching as well, and also the people who are, actually in this actual center part of the project who've been saying for years, Caspa is like Bitcoin, stateless, decentralized. It has no entity, no central entity, no authority. So it's not made in America. Bitcoin's not, so therefore Caspa can't be either. But again, I digress. The point being is Caspa is everywhere and it is for everyone. And as the KI highlights here, it's totally decentralized, permissionless, censorship resistant, global. This is why Caspa is so special. And that's why I believe that Caspa is going to be a 10 out of 10 in due time, because they get more partnerships, they get better utility with Dagnite, and they'll get more adoption. Right now, XRP seems to be the front runner in regards to the utilization of payments, which we'll get into that again in a moment, because it is important to cover, and also why I hold XRP. But for me, I think Caspa can, in due time, make a bigger dent into the space that XRP is making because of its more superior technology. Speaking of that, the countdown is now on. We can see here from Steven, Nice Hash has set up a countdown timer for the highly anticipated Caspa Crescendo hard fork. This upgrade is scheduled for April 30th, 2025, aims to enhance security and boost transaction throughput. We can see right here, Nice Hash, of course, being one of the Caspa miners. It's good to see. Now, of course, there is no concrete date just yet, so it's not confirmed that we're going to have Crescendo happening on the 30th of April, but Nice Hash are the ones mining Caspa. They may have some more insider information as well. Again, we can't be so sure. For me, it's coming. For me, the actual date of it happening is very, very big, but I don't need to know that right now. It's the 14th of March. We know it's happening end of April, potentially early May. We've got still 6 odd weeks left. I'm not in any rush right now. Why would I be? Caspa's doing what they're doing. They're making sure they take the time to give the node operators time to make that shift themselves. And it's going to come out very, very soon. And this will be the historic day for Caspa, a milestone, if you will. That will be an historical moment, because nobody in the history of crypto ever has achieved a proof of work based infrastructure that's scalable and can compete and be the fastest in this space while still being decentralized. It's such a feat that has never been achieved before. It's what Ethereum wanted to do and they couldn't do it. That's why they sacrificed decentralization to become proof of stake, and they've completely screwed up since doing that. And every other project in this space, like the XRP, the Hedera as well, have their benefits, and I do hold some of those assets because I do believe they'll make some gains this cycle. I do also understand that they could also experience some pullback, some negative sentiment because they aren't as trustworthy, And then of course the next big part as well coming for Caspa as well, smart contracts for Caspa are closer than ever now. Of course, the hardware of Casplex is one of the numerous entities that are working on smart contracts right now. We can see it from Oyson Lee, who is the CoinPower CEO, who's working alongside a sort of like a venture of the KEF. The Casplex ZK EVM, which is zero knowledge Ethereum virtual machine, will launch on Caspa's testnet within 3 weeks. Testnet is now running on 10 BPS, by the way. That's what's happening right now. So in 3 weeks' time from now, which is going to be, if I look at the calendar real quickly, it's going to be sometime early April. I imagine it's going to happen on 3 weeks time, 31st of March to the 6th of April. So early April, we're going to be seeing the testnet for Casplex for smart contracts coming out on Caspa's 10 BPS testnet. And hopefully, and likely when things go smoothly, which I pray it does, we'll see, of course, 10 BPS on the mainnet come out, and it will be frankly be a very smooth transition to the mainnet as well. This testnet here is just a period for Casplex's team to focus on, get the feedback they need to see if it works as it intended to do. And if it does, all they've got to do is wait for the mainnet 10 BPS launch, and then just transfer over to the mainnet, and we'll see smart contracts and infrastructure for it come out at pretty much the exact same time, or close enough to as 10 BPS. So based ZK EVM is already here for Caspa. The testing is now beginning. We can see we're thrilled to announce that our DevNet for ZK EVM is now live. So the testnet's not coming out until 3 weeks time, but it's now live, the DevNet. So we'll see DevNet now, testnet coming out 3 weeks time, so people can actually check it out, and we'll see the full thing coming out, I'm sure, in due time as well. This marks a major milestone for the Caspa ecosystem and our community, unlocking new possibilities for innovation and development. A public testnet will be announced at a later date, 3 weeks time roughly. But if you'd like early access to DevNet, please fill out the form below. This information I'll be retweeting on my page, on my Twitter account, so you go follow me on Twitter to see it there. And equally, I'll put information in my community, my free community there. So again, if you want to find out, have a place where you can just chill, chat, and learn more. Also find a place where you can just have a compiler information there. You can find stuff at real time as opposed to just once a week, once a day, at a scheduled time. Then you can enjoy that as well. This is very, very big. They've got access to those eager to explore, test, and build using Casplex's solution. So we can see right now, based roll-up leveraging Caspa's layer 1 is coming out right now, which is huge news. Very, very bullish. So the testnet won't be far off, and we'll see the mainnet come out in due time as well. What's up, QC? What's up, Greg, my man? Hope you're doing very, very well, my man. Great to have you back in the stream. In my opinion, XRP is just a result of marketing and lobbying. It would touch... I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I mean, again, I completely understand people's negative sentiment around XRP. I also had one as well. And truth be told, I do not have utmost belief in XRP, but I understand that money talks, money moves. Understand that XRP, while it is, as you mentioned, the result of marketing and lobbying, which I do agree with, the money's going there right now. So that's why, for me, I hedged my bets in XRP just as a potential way to make some extra capital on the side while I'm filling my actual conviction bags, which is like Caspa. I've got multiple other projects I've invested into. Got some Desync, got some Tau, got some XRP. I have some PYR, which is Vulcan Forge. Some other ones as well that I'm forgetting names. So of course, there's some others as well that I do hold that I've mentioned to the community here that I've not disclosed publicly, because again, people here are getting the benefits of being in here and learning a lot more in the space regarding institutional insight information, private live streams, and much more. That's going to be leveling up a lot more when the markets are reversing more again. So if you want to know more about that, links to join are in my description, in my YouTube homepage here, and also in the chat right now. But yeah, I've had my bets on multiple other things as well, just in case. And I'll get into why XRP in a moment. But XRP is seeing some good things right now, and I suspect we'll see a big rally for XRP this cycle. Personally, I think a big rally for all crypto, to be honest. But XRP will be a big one as well. And Caspa, of course. Caspa for me is a given. What's up, Britannia? Welcome back, man. You're doing very, very well today. We know what it is. Made in USA is British and gets big money looking at it. But of course, yeah, we know made in USA is big, but we know it is stateless. We know it, but we know it's still a good thing. Only a matter of time before One Liberty Financial and the United States federal government grabs it. I believe so as well. Didn't the Made in America start because of the announcement of zero capital gain tax? It doesn't matter who it is. who is right then. Yeah, the made in USA from the likes of CoinMarketCap and also the likes of CoinGecko and those, brands is a result of Trump announcing that there is a plan to make US-based crypto assets tax-free, which means XRP, means Cardano, means XLM, and so on. So we don't know if it's going to come to fruition just yet. There's no confirmation of that. It's just highly speculated by Trump himself, of course. And he's going to probably pull through on it, truth be told. So, of course, assets that are in that category, ideally will have the same benefits as well. But again, Caspa for me is a grey area because, again, both arguments are valid. But for me, if I was going to be really nitpicky, I'd say it shouldn't get tax-free because it is not made in America. It's stateless like Bitcoin. If you're going to give Caspa made in America, you're going to get the same for Bitcoin as well, because Bitcoin's majority of their mining also is America, if I'm not mistaken. So, but again, that's neither here nor there. Caspa for me doesn't need the tax-free benefit. It'll give it more adoption quicker, definitely, but doesn't need that. It's going to do well regardless because of the technology, because of this stuff coming out very, very soon. The ZK, EVM, the smart contracts coming out, testnets coming out in 3 weeks, the DevNet happening right now, which those who are lucky and eager enough can get access to. If anyone in my community get access to that and we can share some insight, then that'd be huge stuff. So yeah, a lot more to come. I'm also going to cover more of Caspa's news in just a moment as well, but I'm going to answer 4 questions real quickly as well, just to make sure I don't lose track of it all. What's up for you, Baker? Have you done very, very well, my man? Welcome back. Only been a matter of time to the government if their criteria qualify for zero capital gain tax. It seems that there's no clarity with what it means. I mean, yeah, again, it's still early doors, so we don't exactly know what it entails, what assets will benefit from it massively. It's a grey area right now. We would believe it's going to happen, but again, for me, it's not something that Caspa needs. It'd be great, more adoption quicker as well, but we don't need it. How long testnet? How long till testnet? I mean, from what I understand right now, the DevNet's out right now, and Oyson Lee says the testnet will come out in 3 weeks. Of course, Caspa themselves have not announced that. They said they'll announce it in a future date, but Oyson Lee, who's part of the Caspa team, effectively has said it'll be 3 weeks or so. So, or within 3 weeks. So it actually said within, so that could be any time beforehand as well. So it could very well actually be before April as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I mean, we'll see the DevNet out right now. We might see some early signs from some dedicated members of the community who post it on Twitter. If they're allowed, that is, there might be some form of NDAs behind it. Who knows? And then we'll see the testnet coming out. Actually, I'll be surprised at NDAs about it, because while it is, at the end of the day, it's open source Caspa, so I'll be surprised about that. Hopefully we'll see some news about it then. Or again, people in my community who are able to get access to it, then we can share information about that as well there. Testnet, again, only 3 weeks away, which will be very, very big, and the main launch will probably come very soon after 10 BPS, which again is not far off now, the hard fork on the Crescendo on the mainnet. Don't plan on selling during this administration anyways. I mean, realistically, I plan to take profits, of course, incrementally, but I don't plan on. I plan to. I do see I'm still holding conservative. Like I always try to make sure I'm conservative with my predictions. So for me, I don't. But I'll be still opposed to, which I'm gonna come down to again later on, where you've got billionaire Tim Draper, like the market makers, the wealth managers, who are saying Bitcoin is heading to 250k this year. All fiat will fall against Bitcoin. So, and that's we've heard that multiple times now. I'm not aiming that high because don't trust the big money, because they're always going to try and make it seem egregiously high, and then probably try and dump before it gets that high. And B, the last thing I want to be is a moon boy. If Bitcoin does reach 250k, then Caspa will probably go higher than we expect as well. And I'm talking, I'm talking potentially even the moon boy numbers not out. I'm not going to state numbers again because I'm not, I'm going to stop. I'm talking about price action. But if Bitcoin does reach 250k, the liquidity in the market will be a 10 trillion crypto market. 10 trillion market, Caspa could very well go much higher then. If you see a 10 trillion crypto market, Caspa could very well go much higher than the speculative $1 Caspa, which is only 25 billion. A 10 trillion market, 25 billion Caspa, sounds crazy to me. I think you go a lot higher if we reach that sort of, capital. But I mean, again, I don't trust that high. I'm playing conservative. But I've always, when I play conservative, I'll take a lot out of my dedicated zones. But I'll still leave a moon bag just in case, so I don't miss out, It is not clear what it means to those who make profit from Caspa. Yeah, it's not at all. There needs to be no capital gains on crypto, period. I mean, I'd love that. Absolutely. Don't let him fool you. He's a mega fan XRP. Mr. Miles again with the trolling. I love it. He's so desperate to get that mod so he can stop trolling, isn't he? He's trying to annoy me so much so he can get the mod for the channel. I know he is. But welcome back, my man. Hope you're doing very, very well. Performing for duty as always. And I do hold XRP, but I wouldn't say I'm a maxi. I'm definitely a Caspa maxi, and I do believe in XRP because I have read enough sources, have enough information about it to understand the belief for what's going to be used for. But I'm not a maxi. But although I'll get to the XRP news in a moment, so you understand partly why I'm holding it. But yeah. Speaking about gaming, my Pet Hooligan just got announced to go on Steam. Hey, big up, my man. Love to hear that. Yeah, I do love the gaming space in crypto, definitely. Pet Hooligan, of course, I've definitely played that as well, so that's good to hear. Pick up to my man. And yeah, I mean, right now I hold Vulcan Forge. I plan to get some other ones very, very soon as well right now, but the market for gaming is definitely in the mud. But I do see it making a good recovery in due time. I mean, a lot of these projects right now I have on my to-watch list, like Ultra as well, currently at all-time lows. I think Ultra can make a big reversal, which would be very, very nice. We'll have to wait and see, of course. Vulcan Force is one I'm actually holding right now, which again is currently near lows. You've got Mirio as well. You've got Naka. Naka's one that I'm very optimistic about. I plan to get into that probably anytime now, actually, at a good price. And yeah, that's currently my 2 cents on it at least. But I'll get into that later on in the cycle. When the cycle is actually, right now, gaming's not the narrative of the cycle right now. The narrative of the cycle is infrastructure projects and utility tokens. It went from memes, now it's utility and stable coins, and then it's going to go into the other markets more so as well when liquidity starts cycling out as well. But anyways, I'll get into more of the news anyways as well. So we can see in continuation against 10 BPS and smart contracts, not far off now. I showcased this post yesterday, which unfortunately I still have not had the time to watch the video, been a bit preoccupied and busy, but this is the video here of Caspa, who had a speech at the Crypto Expo EU, which happened at the beginning of March, beginning of this month. And it's a 20-minute video. I plan to watch it at some point later today or tomorrow over the weekend. Also, we just talk about, you want to learn more about the new opcodes and ZK-EVM that we are building, which is opcodes being the stuff for stablecoins and this being stuff for smart contracts. This is the video here of Caspa, presenting a room full of people. The talk is semi-technical and more business-orientated for the ease of understanding. So yeah, this is definitely something that I recommend everyone watching. I know saying that while I haven't watched it yet is a bit, hypocritical of me, but I do plan to watch it definitely. I'm very intrigued because again, I love hearing the technicalities because it makes me feel smarter. But at the end of the day, if I don't understand it, I don't understand it. I do my best to understand it, of course, but hearing it, effectively business orientated but dumbed down will definitely be helpful for me as well. So I'm intrigued to hear what they're going to build because, I mean, yeah, what smart contract for Caspa is going to be game changing. We know that much, anyways. And it's not just Casplex though. Caspa is taking a major step forward with also IGRA Labs. The ZK-Rollup with EVM compatibility is in development, bringing scalability and programmability. But what is the game changer for Caspa and the broader blockchain space? Well, we got a breakdown here from Julian. So shout my man here, always be talking about the ZK element, what it is. Why opt for ZK-Rollup? Because it reduces on-chain congestion, it ensures near-instant finality through ZK proofs. Unlike optimistic rollup, it doesn't require a disputed period, making transactions more secure, and it enables efficient execution of smart contracts. So it just makes it a lot better, ultimately. It's a lot more, it's a game changer for Caspa, ultimately. So again, it's a nice thread about stuff that we already understand about Caspa. The fact that, it's going to be completely interoperable with effectively all the virtual machines, which is from Solana virtual machine to a Ethereum virtual machine, and I'm sure many, many more. So Caspa can, connect to other chains, which would be very helpful for bringing more liquidity from other chains to Caspa, because you have just one person who's using Ethereum or Solana for meme trading and whatnot, and they just jump on Caspa, transact through with the, interoperability element, and find it's a lot cheaper on Caspa and also a lot quicker on Caspa and more secure. They'll stay there for life, or they'll stay there for a lot longer. They'll be like, okay, well, why am I using Ethereum virtual machine? Why am I using Base? Why am I using Solana? Why am I using that sort of stuff when I can just use Caspa's and not have to worry about it at all, and it'd be safer as well? So it's the sort of stuff we're going to be seeing. The takeaway is with ZK-Rollup, Caspa is evolving into a scalable, programmable ecosystem. Ethereum-based projects now have opportunity to expand into a high-performance environment with superior user experience. And they're going to have a DevNet end of March. So it looks like both IGRA Labs as well as currently Casplex as well right now, they're launching DevNets as we speak. DevNet for Casplex out right now. For IGRA Labs going to come out at the end of the month, following a testnet coming out shortly after that. for both ecosystems, for both projects. And then we'll see the full release, I'm sure, in and around the 10 BPS hard fork, which again is not far off, again, aiming around end of April, early May time, which is huge, huge news. We do have the likes of Caspa EVM as well, which I've not checked out for quite some time. I don't know exactly what they've been up to. Haven't really seemed to made many more updates from the looks of things since February. So I'm either they're just quietly and diligently working right now, or they are still awaiting funding. Because I know when I looked at their white paper, they mentioned that they got a lot of phases they want to go through right now, but they are waiting until they get funding, which they're trying to reach out to KEF to do so. So maybe they're still waiting for funding. I don't really know. But we've got Caspa EVM as one of 4 that are bringing smart contracts to Caspa Layer 2s. We also got Project Sparkle, which is being held, which is being driven by Crypto Aspect. And I haven't got much updates regarding Project Sparkle either right now. But the two seemingly front runners for development of smart contracts for Caspa right now is Casplex and also Igor Labs, which is very good to hear. Casplex, of course, being connected to KEF, and Igor Labs being connected to DAG Labs themselves, so the original Caspa team, which is huge news, of course. Very close now. And we got some more stuff here to talk about again. This is the interview that happened at the Crypto Expo event in EU with Johnny here. Ultimately just talking about, more blocks that are coming out will bring more competition to Caspa and their fairer market, which facilitates fair distribution. So ultimately how Caspa is just going to be the decentralized but fairest asset in this space, because by releasing more blocks, there'll be more money jumping on board, but it'll also be fair competition as well, which is a great thing. The sort of stuff Caspa bringing right now is a very big deal. And the best part about it, unfortunately, but also the best part about it right now, is not enough people know about Caspa. It's unfortunate because Caspa is going to shock a lot of people, in my belief. Because people are either fading Caspa, if they've just seen a bad price action and just ignore it, or they choose not to understand it because they're like, all they hear is the Bitcoin 2.0 and they immediately just turn their head off. That's what I did. When I first looked at Caspa and I heard Bitcoin 2.0, I was like, oh, that's ridiculous. I looked into it more a few months down the line after that, and I was like, oh, I should have looked back then when I was actually heard Bitcoin 2.0, because I understand what they're saying there right now. It actually makes sense. What Caspa building is truly a step up from Bitcoin. It's the same thing as Bitcoin, but it's going to be scalable, solving the trilemma and whatnot. So with all of that, all the big stuff coming to Caspa very, 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 very soon as well. We've got the whole premise of, Caspa still has not broken the power law. It's in decline in the R-squared value and price deviation below the line of best fit are due to price manipulation, but it's not faded the power law at all. It should be manipulated. Those who doubt this will end up abandoning Caspa precisely at the very moment when it is almost ideal to accumulate. So, is a short squeeze coming to Caspa, following its developments, following the market sentiment, following the manipulation seemingly close to coming to an end again? We'll have to wait and see. Well, according to Caspa Daily here, nearly 9% of Caspa's total circulating supply has remained untouched for over 2 years, and the number continues to grow steadily, slowly but surely. This is a strong sign of long-term conviction among Caspa holders, especially considering that the price has seen mostly sideways for over a year. If anything, it could come down. When coins stay dormant through such a prolonged stagnation, it often reflects deep confidence in the project's long-term potential rather than short-term speculation, which again is that Caspa doing terribly. Going to come to people saying 1 cent Caspa right now. I'm not ruling out the possibility of that, but for me that seems ridiculous. Again, you're entitled to your own beliefs. If you think 1 cent Caspa, by all means, go for it. But I think that's quite significant. I think that's quite egregious in the sense of it can come down that far. 5 cents Caspa, I thought already was quite a shock. But it's come down that far, 73% correction, and we're already seeing a reversal down to 7.5 cents. Again, we can still see more downside in the short term, but seeing it going under 1 cent for me is just insane. And because they're faded Caspa, because all they're looking at is PA, they're not understanding the significant developments coming out for Caspa, that's going to reverse that opinion of Caspa and make it come back higher. In many cases, this kind of behavior of long-term holders precedes major supply squeezes down the line, as fewer coins are available on the market while demand will eventually return. Again, supply shock. It's a quiet but powerful signal that the core group of holders is not only unfazed by volatility, but the potential anticipating a larger move in the future. Ultimately, this whole post is highlighting that those who have done their research in Caspa, those who are holding for the long term, who got it a while back, granted, well, yes, but those who've done the research in Caspa, despite these short-term volatility, how frustrating it is looking at this market, how bad it's been for Caspa for all this period of time, how it's been a real test of conviction, but their conviction has not wavered. They might have questioned a few things. Why is it dumping? What's happening in the market? They're here to find out in this channel, in my community, and even more so in the paid community, the WOP server as well. Shout out Tony Joking, Bus, and also shout out, names escaped me, apologies, Zizu. Those four right now, who are in the community right now. They're learning a lot more in that space about the sentiment of the market right now. And they, with that, are helping build a conviction in what they're holding, what they're looking into. And Caspa, again, is one that's come down 70%. But you've seen that 2 times in the past for Caspa as well. And it's likely, for my belief, has a hard time of going up right now than it is going to come back down below 5 cents. But again, time will tell. Markets are looking good. I'm going to get into some of the big macro news now, such as all this big stuff for stablecoins and whatnot, and also some XRP news and much more, which is also going to be very beneficial for Caspa's price going forward as well. So definitely stick around. But again, I've got to answer questions real quickly as well. Jay is the biggest of XRP whales. Yeah, this narrative that I'm a whale is just incorrect in any asset. My biggest holder is Caspa, and I wish I was a whale. Gosh, I do. Binance keep delaying the rewards. Maybe they don't reveal the wallet until listing. Thought market would be better. I mean, yeah, Binance. I'm frustrated with Binance because it's just a fact of them saying they're going to distribute, and they're just not, and they're delaying it. It's frustrating. Now, I am happy, maybe not the right word, but I understand why they have not listed Caspa right now. The market sentiment, it makes sense, and if anything, it's probably a good thing. Arguably being the key word there. For me, it will happen in due time. I still believe that the wallet 2 is likely the Binance wallet right now, which again is currently sitting at just short of 650,000 Caspa, just short of $50,000, which is absolutely insane. Number 2 now. We're seeing these big wallets start to be more volatile as well, which is a good sign of potential market movement and some big developments coming through as well. We're seeing the holders rally up again above 412,000 adjusted again ago, which is very good to see. The hash rate is coming back a little bit to 1.2. We're hovering in and around this region, which is not surprising considering that we have got some massive new miners coming out for Ice River and whatnot are happening in the next month or so, and 10 bps just around the corner. The hash rate might see some more cyber action, maybe some more pullbacks as more miners go offline to switch to the new Gen 1s coming out. And with the new Gen 1s coming out and the 10 bps coming out, the hash rate could very well jump very quickly, cause a supply shock. Actually, you'll see a lot of supply coming out around that time, I imagine, but you'll see a massive rally in that when the supply shock comes through and the demand starts rallying higher as well. You'll see a rally in price for Caspa as well. Maybe around the halving as well, who knows. I was caught up in the no capital gain tax for Caspa holders in the US, but I completely agree with the stateless ethos and I'm a Bitcoin. I mean, yeah, of course, zero tax for Caspa would be huge. It would definitely give it more adoption, but end of the day, fundamentally speaking, Caspa is stateless like Bitcoin. So I would arguably prefer Caspa does not get that extra benefit because I think it would just cause more confusion about what Caspa actually is, and it's just not something that's necessary right now. If you hate Bitcoin, you can donate to me. Oh, okay. Well, what's up, John Doe, my man? Welcome to you. You're doing very well. No, screw that. I mean, if you're bringing back to Caspa, but I don't want to pay tax. I mean, true. Yeah, again, I get it. If I had no tax, you want to pay tax, that'd be huge. But at the same time, just for the pure understanding of what Caspa truly is, it being stateless, I just think if it was categorized as zero tax, it could just do some more damage to the actual ideology of what Caspa really is, its ethos. But at the same time, of course, if those of us who are holding a big bag of Caspa, even just holding Caspa in general, having no tax on it would be a massive benefit, of course. Caspa going way higher than most people think. At 10 trillion, Caspa will reach 2 bill market cap. 2 bill market cap is where we're at right now. Do you mean 2 trill market cap? Or do you mean 20 bill market cap? But at the same time, I mean, I do agree. If we do end up seeing this come to fruition, which is a 250k Bitcoin, which again, I think is a bit too bullish. And again, it's a wealth manager saying it. While they do control the market, so to an extent you do want to listen to them. But at the same time, like I said, I've heard Jamie Dimon say like Bitcoin's a scam. Look where we are right now. He's now bullish on Bitcoin. I don't trust these wealth managers at all. I listen to what they say because ultimately they control the markets, and I take that into account when I'm making my decisions. But I don't. If they're making actual predictions, 250k Bitcoin, I'm like, well, possible. I'm just gonna play conservative. End of the day, the way I view it as for me when I'm investing is, if I'm aiming 250k Bitcoin and it doesn't reach that, then I potentially missed out on taking the bag out. But if I'm aiming for, let's just say, 150k Bitcoin, I take most of it out around that point, then I have a moon bag in there, I've already made the money I wanted to make. And then anything after that's just profit. Of course I could have made more, but it's just a safer way for me. That's why people, when they tend to invest, they tend to DCA. They don't go all in at one price target. They DCA, put a little bit of capital in when the price is going up and down to get a better average, to be safer as well. And they also size out. When you get to, is your target, let's just say, for example, to $1 Caspa, you might size out a little bit at 50 cents, then 75 cents, then 80 cents, then 85 cents, and then wait until it gets to $1 and then take the rest of it out. Or a lot more of it out and then leave a moon bag here to go higher. Again, that's not me telling you what to do, not financial advice, of course. That's a strategy that a lot of people tend to use in this space. And similarly, that's something, while the zones, that was just example zones, my zones are different. For me, I'll be doing similar things with other assets in this space that I have, that I'm holding, like even like XRPs, which actually I'll get into XRP real quick as well, whether you love or hate XRP. We should know already that Eleanor Terrett, who is the former Fox business journalist, now she is the host of Crypto America, which is now a new podcast thing happening, which is in conjunction and partnership with C, which is a project that I also do hold and I think could do quite well this cycle, another layer one. She has two well-placed insider sources that have confirmed to her that the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit case is almost at an end, which is ultimately good for XRP, of course, but also I believe for the entire crypto space, because XRP's case is the biggest, and this lawsuit conclusion would confirm that all the old cases under the old administration has come to an end. Now, the long and short of it is, all cases have been dismissed, but Ripple's not been because of Judge Torres's judgment that basically just included a permanent injunction preventing Ripple from sending XRP to the institutional investors. And they're like, well, why should every other case under the new SEC get removed, but ours is not? We're still getting penalized. And if you say yes to this ruling, that means we're admitting to wrongdoings. So they're now trying to just make that argument to Judge Torres or to the judges in general to try and get it rescinded. Now, it's ultimately right now, the thing to understand is it's a very, very new situation, not happened before. So it's going to be up to the judge to decide if you want to be lenient about it or not. Which is, again, it is what it is. But what is interesting about this as well is what we've seen recently come out from this. This is obviously good to hear for XRP holders. And then we had this article come from the SEC earlier as well. Comprehensive proposal, XRP as a strategic financial asset for the United States. Now, this for me is something that I've been hearing about a long time back. Before the SEC spoke about this. With the people that I know, the information that I've looked into, I've been hearing that XRP will be the quote reserve asset of America for a while. I didn't buy it for that reason. I didn't hold XRP for that reason. I hold it for its partnerships and whatnot. But again, it's just potential, right? That could happen. Now, I'll highlight this here because there's one part in particular I think is very, very interesting. Global Nostro accounts, being Nostro Vostro accounts, amount to $27 trillion. If you scroll down to page 4 here, XRP financial impact table, source capital, US Nostro Vostro accounts, which is 1.5 trillion of it all. Swift, replacing Swift with XRP based liquidity. Transaction fee savings, $7.5 billion a year, Swift global payments to XRP. Federal payment costs, $5 billion over 10 years, implement XRP. Ultimately, and then you've got the capital for Bitcoin reserves, 1.5 trillion. Redirect investment into Bitcoin. But ultimately, a lot of this actually here from the SEC is talking about the Nostro Vostro accounts, a sort of, savings element, the reserve element, being switching out Swift, which is the messaging system we currently use for all transactions right now. When you're using your bank transfers with Santander, with Visa, with MasterCard, whether it be with the JP Morgan, Bank of America, whatever your banking chain is, when you do a payment, it all goes through the Swift system. That's how it's been. Blockchain is going to speed it up a lot more. That's why blockchain is being adopted by these bankers and by these central banks and these governments and financial institutions, because that's why blockchain is faster and is better than Swift is. Because Swift is also slow, but also it can go down quite a lot. So that's why blockchain is coming in to take its place. XRP currently seems to be a front runner. Will it be the ultimate chain for financial institutions? Again, we'll have to wait and see. I believe Caspa can be that with what they are bringing out with the KRI and their asset mint, with their gigawatt stablecoin, with their warp core that will make XRP obsolete in the words of KRI. But as you can see right now, the SEC themselves, it was SEC's official website. I was trying to see if it was legit or not, because I don't want to just believe something negative. But this is the SEC's official website here, and it highlights that the US Nostra accounts, which is about $1.5 trillion, which could be freed up, replace Swift with XRP-based liquidity. Now, why I highlight that as well is because it's big for XRP, of course, very big for XRP, but also it does highlight the potential amount of liquidity that will be freed up sometime this year. I think sometime this year, honestly. It could happen starting this year, and that's just another element of capital we could see flood into investments. And the reason why I say it flood into this 1.5 trillion, right? This is locked up in Nostra accounts. So this money is already not being used for anything besides, it's the Nostra element. Those who understand what that is, basically when you have the Swift system, they're sending messages to systems or whatever, but you've got money in the back ends just in case. It takes too long. It's a very, very bad explanation of that. I apologize, but it's been a while since I've talked about it. But effectively, this liquidity right here, the liquidity right here is trapped in these accounts. It doesn't move anywhere. So with the likes of blockchain freeing that up, replacing Swift for freeing that up, it means that this money, which already is not being used, can now be put into the system again. If it's not being used for anything, it will likely be invested, potentially into crypto. So by that logic, if XRP is to replace Swift in the Nostra accounts, which I think is going to probably happen, and the SEC is saying so, you can see an extra influx of capital flood into the markets this year, which does therefore coincide with the possibility that we do see Bitcoin, again, also talked about here, Bitcoin going up potentially as high as 250k this year, because you're going to see, effectively, 1.5, so $3 trillion here going to the markets effectively, because it's going to be freed up, which is very, very interesting. So yeah, whether you love XRP, I get it. I've heard all the arguments about why XRP is terrible and why it's good. I understand it completely, and I reiterate time and time again that I don't hold XRP because I believe in them. I don't trust them at all. But at the end of the day, the same way I talk about it with the likes of Tesla stocks, Nvidia stocks, no matter what you buy, you haven't got to trust the people per se. You don't have to trust them. Because at the end of the day, everyone's got their own personal agendas. So it's, of course, I trust Caspa because it's decentralized, so it's got, by that logic, it's got more elements of trust behind it. It's open source. I can see effectively everything that's going on with it. XRP, I can't. But I know XRP has got a lot of very, very deep pockets, deep connections to banks and governments and, entities all over the world. And this sort of stuff I've been hearing for years now. The SEC is saying, XRP could be used to replace Swift and free up the liquidity that's trapped. That's part of the reason why I do hold XRP. Not because I trust them, but because I see that they have got their fingers already in the right places to take more adoption, to gain more adoption, to gain more demand and go up in price. But again, long-standing wise, will XRP be the asset of choice for the world, for institutions and whatnot? Maybe not. Something better along might come. Something like Caspa. Because it's going to be as quick as XRP, as cheap as XRP, which XRP is where it's at because it's cheap and quick. 4-second confirmation times from my knowledge, and also relatively cheap transaction fees. I think Caspa is going to be quicker than that, and also cheaper than that, with 10 bps, and even going to 100 bps as well, and DAGNITE and whatnot. And you're going to have to warp core that's going to be the KRI's project to get, and the KRI is currently negotiating and talking to the SEC Crypto Task Force, with other agencies, with other institutions and whatnot about Caspa and the projects coming out for it. So I do think that Caspa will make. My understanding of the space is that you're not going to have one winner. You're going to have multiple winners in this space. Ultimately, you're going to have multiple winners in this space. You're going to have Bitcoin's going to be a winner in regards to it being Bitcoin. I think XRP will be a winner to an extent as well. You probably have XLM and HBAR, Hedera being winners as well. You have some other ones in this space that'll still be about. A lot of projects in this space will just capitulate. I think Ethereum might just be one that capitulates in due time, or maybe it'll be kept alive because of the Ethereum virtual machine element of it. But Ethereum as a chain will be a ghost chain. but people who built on Ethereum will still have Ethereum-based products and just bridge that to other assets instead. But I think Caspa will be one such of the winners because of what they're building. And when the adoption comes through and the development comes through, you'll see a lot more in general to adoption of Caspa as well. And the adoption of Caspa in crypto space as well is also rallying up again. We can see this potentially this year. We're seeing already the political restraints are being removed from Bitcoin as Kentucky's Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Bill has just passed the Senate. So we're seeing, again, more adoption of Bitcoin. That's why Bitcoin's also rallying today as well. The adoption coming through thick and fast. I'm also seeing, for XRP again, more ETS. Good for them. President Trump says our economy will boom like never before, which I do believe that much. And we do have also these 3 very important macro posts talking about from the Wall Street element that is ultimately an outlook of this market and what we've been talking about for a while, and equally talking about in a lot more detail in our weekly live streams here about how we're going to see some short-term pain but long-term gain. We'll have another live stream again tomorrow. If you want to know more about that, go check that out in the community. Link down below. It's in my homepage. 7-day free trial. We'll get to those posts in a moment, talking about what's coming, and also we're going to correlate to this stuff, how it's very, very big for the market, and equally they're big for Caspa as well. More stuff to come, of course, but again, let me answer questions real quickly. Rumor has it that Jay had painting of the original American colonies. Yeah, I just need to stop. I just need to ignore these questions, honestly, because it's not doing anything for me. Mr. Mars sounds like Jay. Oh yeah, sure it does. Sure it does. Ticker from Pet Hooligan is Carrot. They're also doing Studio Chain and partnership with Arbitrum. Oh, that's cool, my man. Great stuff. I'd love to hear that. So I hold Sui, C, Tau, and of course Caspa. Sold my XRP to DCA in Caspa recently, and it's not a bad strategy, my man. I mean, actually, I hold all those projects as well. I've gone to Sui around $1.80. Of course, I did got massively. It's come down quite a lot though, so I'm still up on it, but it's what it is. I'm down on C right now, but I think C will come back as well. Of course, I hold Tau, and yeah, so you've got a very similar holding to me. I hold a few other ones as well, but I am looking potentially to de-risk while the markets are kind of dead. Well, actually, no, I tell a lie. I was thinking about it. I think I was de-risking when the markets were coming down, but now the markets are all stagnant, and I see multiple opportunities from different markets, the AI agents, the gaming element, obviously the layer 1 infrastructures and whatnot, and the real world assets. I'm not going to spread myself too thin, but it's worth, getting your fingers into other pockets potentially as well, unless you just want to hold Caspa again. That's completely up to you. Do you want to buy a little Caspa miner? I'm good, my man, but I appreciate the offer. Caspa Ondu, Zkevm, Aether, and Bitcoin. I do like Caspa Ondu. I don't hold Zkevm, and I have heard of Aether. I think it got listed on Coinbase recently. Aether, I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, they got listed on Coinbase very recently. I don't know about Zkevm, but I do like Ondu as well. I think Ondu and Hedera HBAR are 2 big projects regarding tokenization that, again, we spoke about a little bit more about the significance of tokenization in my community here, this one here, in our live streams, and I do think it's going to be, Ondu could be a very big one. But, I'll make a more rundown analysis of Ondu in that community there. And equally, I'll probably make a video on them at some point soon as well. As well as just trying to find some other big gems as well in there. What's this? Oh yeah, well yeah, Buffalo Theory. Yeah, I mean yeah, Bull Britannia finally joined the Discord. It's great to have him in there. It's been a minute. He said hello to me. He's like, "Hello, John." I was like, "What's going on? What's up, my man? Welcome to the community." He's like, "Oh, it's Bull Britannia." I'm like, "Oh, you finally joined the community. Damn, took you long enough." But it's great to have you there. Hopefully, you're enjoying the experience so far. No tax on American crypto would cause one hell of a stir with the stock market. I can't see it happening personally, but who knows? I mean, yeah, who knows? But again, Trump's doing a madness right now, so he can do whatever he wants, One of the 5K during the dip, and big up to you, Buffalo Theory. Keep filling that bag, brother. Caspa is dealing with tier 1 exchange manipulations prior to a listing. We'll see future manipulation when bigger institutions, countries enter our market. I mean, yeah, no matter where you go, manipulation is always going to happen. No matter what, no matter where you go, it's always going to happen. So there's no point in complaining about it so much so, and just accepting it and just, being a fish that swims along the whales. No matter where you go, it's always going to be manipulation. It happens since the dawn of time. You can't do anything about it. Caspa is decentralized, it's fantastic. So it's safer, but we're already seeing the efforts of one wallet in particular seem to be already manipulating the price of Caspa right now. It's buying more than supply being more than half the supply being distributed every single month. So pushing on 200k, need more paydays. Hey, Buffalo Theory, you've got enough time, I believe. Keep filling that bag, brother. You'll make it. I believe in you. 126k on the journey to 100k, hoping by the end of the year I will be hit it, but I don't have my best. I mean, again, we've got enough time, I'm sure. And I imagine once the market starts to get up as well, we'll be willing to take a few more risks to maybe put a little bit extra in, but we'll have to see. Caspa enjoyed just fire, guys. Hey, pick up my man. Great to hear. People don't care about the fundamentals. Look at the rubbish coins in the top 10 made in America. It's nothing but a buzzword category that gets billionaire investors and corporations excited. Oh yeah, I agree. But I think fundamentals are going to mean they don't care about fundamentals right now, but they will. And again, in my community here, when we're looking at the institutional documents, they talk about the fact that they do care a lot about fundamentals, but on the surface they don't. The retail don't. On the surface, institutions don't, but behind closed door, they do care a lot about fundamentals. Tony can attest to that. Joe can attest to that as well. They've been tuning into the live streams. They know what the institutions are talking about in this space. So for me, utility-driven tokens are going to, or crypto assets are going to do very, very well, incoming, effectively. Also, by the way, Trump does plan on branding Bitcoin as made in the USA. Oh, is that so? Well, in that case, then maybe Caspa does benefit from that as well. We'll have to wait and see. Did you boil it? Oh my gosh, Mr. Mars, really? You guys are still buying now? It's going up or waiting? I haven't had dry powder, unfortunately, for a little bit. I was hoping to say Caspa would stay down lower for longer, actually. But it is what it is. I'm going to hope for my next payday and just pray and get more Caspa then. But I mean, if I had money right now, I'd probably get into it. I mean, again, anything below 10 cents Caspa, I think I do personally believe when Caspa reach 10 cents and passes by it, it will be not financial advice. I think it could be quite a straight run towards all-time high again. So, it could be a good opportunity if you choose to, but again, trade at your discretion. They will use stable coins on the Caspa network. True, they could definitely do that. XRP will never be able to have asset low, never. I mean, that's what we believe right now. Of course, we believe that much, and there's information to support that fact. But SEC right now is talking about it. Of course, it's just a proposal. It's not confirmation or anything like that. But they're proposing about it. So, I mean, who knows? Who actually knows? Yeah, I think he did mean a lot higher than 2 billion right now. I'm assuming he meant 20. I think he meant 200 billion. 200 billion would make more sense to me, because 200 billion right now would be him saying $10, which, or just short, about $8-9. So I don't, again, if we do see a $10 trillion market cap and a 250k Bitcoin, then maybe $10 Caspa's not out of the possibility. Who knows? But in that regard, then I'm going to quickly talk about the other big announcements first, the last bits of it, and then we'll get into the final part of the stream. So we got here, zero hedged here. Wall Street finally admits Doge work on quote-unquote detox government is critical, but will be brutally painful. So ultimately, Wall Street's finally admitting that what this Department of Government Efficiency that Elon Musk and Trump are trying to do is actually very, very important. It's going to be very, very painful for the market. We've already seen evidence of that so far. Markets come back very, very heavily, but it's a necessity by this point. So we can see here 3 shocking statistics. 1 year ago, 85% of US job market growth was in government and sectors depending on government spending like healthcare and education. In 2024, 1/3 of GDP came from government spending, a record high excluding periods of war and crisis. This was financed by 67% budget deficits, another peacetime record. And then every G20 country with higher average tariff rates than the United States, save 2, and most countries hide the true cost and expensive barriers like quotas, price controls, labelling requirements, and test rules. So ultimately, he's highlighting here that majority of the job growth that's happening right now is in governments, not actually in the economy. What's the point of having government growth in jobs in the government if it's not going to help the economy at all? The government stays in the government. That's how it works. It's not the same ecosystem at all, which is why Trump's been, actually sacking a lot of people in government efficiencies, in government roles. Unfortunate for them, I'm sure, and I hate to see people go out of work and whatnot, but he's trying to also bring more work and to the actual community, the actual lower end jobs as well. Again, it's not me trying to take out support and Trump or whatever. That seems to be its ideology. Talk about how we're at a very, very critical time right now, despite that we're still in a very, very bad time right now, and we're on the similar sort of track of how bad the GDP is. to World War II, to Vietnam, to the Gulf War, to GFC, and to COVID as well. Like, it's ridiculous how high we are right now. And of course, they talk about how every other G20 country actually has higher average tariffs than the United States. All the US doing is catching back up in that regard. So the remarkable admission, this here is the most shocking part. This here comes from Zero Hedge. Says there's been a remarkable admission from the Bank of America, the first of its kind from a major bank, stating that Doge is desperately needed as the alternative is catastrophe. The Bank of America is stating we actually need Trump and Elon Musk and their Doge, Department of Government Efficiency, otherwise we're going to see a collapse. The global handoff from big government to the free market may prove slippery, but it seems necessary given large deficits and bloated debt burdens. Economic growth has been enabled by unsuitable government support and protectionist policies. It may take time for private sector job growth to accelerate, for government workers to resettle, for broad-based corporate profits to rise, and for global trade to find a new equilibrium. In our view, the likely productivity gains from the market-based economic reboot are greater than risks, and the risks from the unsustainable status quo of debt finance, tepid and now economic growth are severe. This happened yesterday, or 2 days ago here, from Jared Woodard, Bank of America, Global Research, ultimately just saying that we're going to see a lot more shaky waters in the near term, which is what we talk about anyways. But it's a necessity right now to see our economy start to grow. We're going to see a lot more struggle in the short term, but if we don't do this, we'll just keep going down a dark path. So everyone right now is, grilling Trump for his current policies and whatnot. And yes, they're heart aching, and it's definitely been a struggle. I'm not disagreeing with that. And people are losing faith in him, I'm sure. I don't have a political viewpoint on Trump or anybody for that matter. I'm not making political statements here. My point is seemingly the agenda that Trump has right now, and what's being confirmed by the likes of Bank of America and many other speculists as well, is that the short-term pullback, whilst disastrous, is expected and inevitable, but also necessary to allow the economy to thrive more so. Trump is heavily pushing for rate cuts, heavily pushing for it. We're going to get them. I'm sure we're going to get them. The economy right now, the inflation's going down right now, which is very, very good. Surprising, actually, considering tariffs, but it's going down. We saw that on Thursday. Was it Thursday? When did I put it in? We saw that on the 12th. So yeah, on Tuesday. So that's on Wednesday. We saw on Wednesday that the US inflation went from the expected 2.9, fell to 2.8. So it's lower than expected. So that's good to see, which means we can start issuing some rate cuts. But problem right now is due to all the tariffs and whatnot, the economy is slowing down as well. So it's a positive and a negative right now. But ultimately, I think we're going to see a lot more coming through as well. We're going to see more downside or more choppy markets in the short term, and then long term, we're going to see Caspa, Bitcoin, the crypto market start to rally massively. ETFs coming out, stablecoin bills here now, which is good to see. Stablecoin bill that got confirmed earlier. We spoke about it in my streams for that this week was meant to be when they're trying to write up the Genius stablecoin bill. It got written up, and they had a Senate meeting about it this week on the 13th on yesterday, and it passed 18-6, I believe. So we're going to see a stablecoin policy on its way very, very soon. That could be very big for Caspa, considering they're getting their stablecoin, structure already ready. Tether and that lot sort of seemingly coming through in the next couple of months or so. With the 10 BPS network coming out, the Rusty network, the mainnet, all big things coming out. The economy is looking for a significant reversal on the horizon. We might see more downside in the short term, of course. I think the market behave, don't be emotionally logical, but in the long term, things are looking very, very bullish, and Caspa is going to be here for the ride and shock a lot of people. How high we go, tough to say. Just keep an eye on the market. Ultimately, you can see right now the CBBI highlights that we're still very, very low, 71. This goes up to 90, then that's when we start to look to take profits and whatnot. But it's very, very cooled off right now. When it starts going up again, that's when we'll start, actively looking to try and take some capital out. Which I'll be talking in a lot more detail to those who are part of this community here, the exit strategy and whatnot. If you want to know more about that again, come check this out. Link in the description to my homepage. We're doing another weekly live stream tomorrow around, I think it's 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. British Standard Time. I think the agreed upon time right now. So again, if you want to check it out, you can join for free. Check out the live stream tomorrow and see what we have going on in there. With that being said, That'll be it for today's daily Caspa and crypto live stream. A lot of big things on the horizon right now. Ultimately, you know, we could see more downside definitely, but I think the upside potential is a lot higher from here as well. So just keep your head down, keep looking, keep grinding, keep learning more. If you want to know more about crypto market sentiment, come check out the free community. Also, to be even more locked in, check out the What page, 7-day free trial. And if you enjoy the stream, as always, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. And yeah, tomorrow's stream will probably be a lot earlier, so stay tuned and look at the Discord community for the announcements. But yeah, have a great day, good evening, and good night.